Have you ever found yourself in a place where there's been a guitar but not a ukulele, and you've desperately wished you'd been able to play your uke, but you just don't have it on you? Well, in this video I have a little hack that'll get you playing guitar just as well as you can play ukulele, using everything you already know. Today's special guest is Jammy Cat. When learning this tip, it blew my mind, and I hope it does for you too, and opens up all types of new learning possibilities. As a bonus, you'll be able to impress your friends and family by becoming an instant multi-instrumentalist. Step 1, understanding how this works. So, the biggest difference between guitar and ukulele, other than size, is that we have 6 strings rather than 4. However, if you take away the 2 strings closest to your nose and just play the bottom 4 strings, there's actually a lot in common. So you likely already know that the 4 strings on your ukulele from nose to toes are G, C, E and A. So if we transposed each of those strings down 5, you would actually have the notes D, G, B, E, which happen to be the 4 strings closest to your toes on guitar. D, G, B, E. Step 2, sounding like a ukulele. You'll need your capo, and if you don't have one, you could even use a string and a rubber band to tie to your fret to change the nut position to fret 5. So if I have my capo on fret 5, my strings are now tuned to G, C, E, A, just like a ukulele. So from here, as long as you don't play the top strings closest to your nose, you can play anything you know on ukulele on the guitar. So I play relative to my capo. So I just pretend this is the nut of my ukulele. So if I wanted to play a C chord, I move up to the 3rd fret to the string closest to my toes, which we'll now call the A string because we're working off an A. And I have C. So then I have G, A minor, and F. Now, it can be tricky to not hit the top 2 strings. So something you can do is you could put some folded up paper towel or a sponge or something underneath the 2 strings closest to your nose, and that will mute them. If you prefer to finger pick, it won't be an issue at all. You just need to place your picking hand directly above the 4 strings closest to your toes and anchor them so that you've got your place. And it's not just chords, as I said, anything that you can play, any melodies or even your scales. Now there is one more big difference playing this way. You might have noticed that it sounds lower to higher, which it does. So this is really like if you had a low G string on your ukulele. So if you're wanting to try a low G and you're not quite ready to restring your ukulele, but you've got a guitar lying around somewhere or you can borrow one from a friend, this is a nice way to practice what it might sound like. It's obviously not going to sound quite the same, but it's that similar pitch and it has that brighter sound like a ukulele. And while a guitar will never replace ukulele, this is a great thing to be able to do and know. However, you don't even need to play with the capo on the 5th fret. You can simply play everything you know, just transposed down 5 steps. So again, that A minor, F, C, G. Technically that's not what the chords are anymore because you've transposed them, but those same shapes will work. And if you're thinking of transitioning to be able to learn guitar as a whole instrument as well as ukulele, which is a lot of fun, you'll actually find the chords you already know aren't that different. So the G chord that you know is a D chord. We just play our bottom 4 strings anyway. With your F shape, you simply need to add 1 finger and you have a whole C chord. Our regular C now becomes a G, but we have our P sign fingers at the top in a similar shape how you'd usually play an A, and you can place your finger on that bottom string and get a G. So you'll see there are quite a few similarities. There are a lot of differences as well, but you'll find that you'll start picking up some of the chords quite quickly as they are reasonably similar. If this is your first time here, don't forget to click subscribe so that you don't miss any lessons, tips and tutorials.